Hannah. Thanks for watching. Today, friends, I have a regular project updates video for you. I have finished objects, work in progress, and acquisitions, and I have a giveaway at the end. First, I'll start with what I'm wearing. This is my Harlow Sweater V Neck. I knit this last fall. If you followed along, it took a lot longer than I thought. I think it just turned out bigger than I thought, and so it took longer than I thought. And then I didn't want to wear it because I was in the newborn stuff everywhere phase. And now I've just started wearing it again, and it has been perfect because it's been really cold where I live. So there's actually snow on the ground as I'm talking. I'll put a picture up. We got about 2 inches of snow here, which is a lot for us. And the weather has been close to 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is also very cold for us here. It's starting to warm up, but there hasn't been school in days. It has been perfect. I wore it on a date night the other night with my husband. I have just really been loving it. One thing that really fixed it for me, when I put it on, I just didn't love how it looked on myself looking in the mirror, but I put elastic in the neck and that has saved it for me. So previously it kind of hung off my shoulder like this on both sides, honestly. And I just went to my local yarn shop. I went to Freeman's and I think I asked Amelia maybe, I don't remember who I asked. I said, I just need that little cord that you're supposed to put through your sweater neck holes when they stretch out. And they knew exactly what I meant and got me just what I needed. So I just took a needle, tapestry needle, threaded it all the way around, just pulled it tight until it got how I wanted it to fit, and then tied it off and stuck it inside. I'm sure there's a much more sophisticated way to do that. I don't know it. Some people I've seen like crochet an elastic band around it. This was a quick fix for me because I really wanted to wear it and we were leaving for a date, and so I just did it on the drive there. But I'm so happy with it. I'll show you guys how this fits me. I folded the cuffs up because they're extra long. One modification I made was I used the same size needle for the body as for the ribbing so that it didn't go like this. It's just not a good shape for me, I don't think. And so I just used the regular size so the ribbing would be straight out, and I'm happy with that. This is Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino, held with Woolberry Fiber Co Sari in the colorway October. It's kind of just what I was hoping, I guess. After I fixed the neck, rolled up the sleeves, I love it. It's comfy, it's warm, and I just feel really cozy in it. And it's been really cold lately, so it just felt nice to wear it. Okay, enough of that. I shared about this because I don't think I have posted this on my Instagram or shared it on here because I didn't end up blocking it until I think after my daughter was born, because there was just a lot going on. So I had not shared this before, and yeah, I love it. Here's how it turned out. Okay, so I have some other finished objects. I have this, which looks kind of boring, but it's not. This is a hat for my husband. It's a Musselburgh, which I imagine that a lot of people have made before, but if you haven't, it's essentially a long sort of tube, and then you fold it into itself. So I knit my husband one a while ago out of a non-superwash yarn, and it got felted in the washer, which was really sad. I don't know where it is. I probably put it somewhere because this takes a long time to knit that much hat. I was bummed, so I hadn't replaced it for him yet. Not that I was mad at him because he was trying to be helpful and do the laundry. I remember the day it happened. It was a very stressful day. Our son was sick. He was like 2 weeks old. It was a lot. It got felted. It was okay, but I just hadn't made one for him. I made him other hats. But anyway, I got Cascade 220 Superwash so that would not happen again. And I finished it up, and I'm so happy with it. I wore it before I blocked it because it was so wonderful. I feel like if I try this on, it's gonna mess up my hair, but I'll put a picture in of somebody wearing it. Ollie was wearing it around for a while after Phil got it because he liked it. So maybe I'll make one for Ollie too. But if you don't know this pattern, you can use any yarn, any needles, pretty much any yarn, pretty much any needles to meet the gauge. It gives you instructions for all the different sizes, gauges, how many stitches you need. It's a really wonderful pattern. Very versatile, good for gifting. Love that. So this is what he was hoping for, and he's gotten to wear it a lot outside in the snow. So it was just a really happy moment. Felt like a big win to replace the hat with something that he loves. Other finished objects. This is one that I have been very excited about. This is Hazel the Squirrel. This is the squirrel from Mouche and Friends that I made for my son, and she's finished. I posted a reel on my Instagram, and I said something about how, you know, making this squirrel for my son that I spent so many hours on, and he loves it. He's so happy with it. In the video, he actually ran over and grabbed it. He just couldn't wait for me to stop filming. I think I made it on a weekend, and so he was here too, and he just wanted the squirrel. So, if you haven't watched my previous videos where I talk about this, these are knit on US 0 needles. They take a lot of time. There's so many short row shaping sections, especially with the tail. I'm a little disappointed because her tail doesn't stand up. I thought it would be more like this. But also, maybe I needed to put more stuffing in. It could be a user error. I'm not super worried about it because Ollie's not worried about it. But one thing in the reel that most people, I feel like most of the comments were about this, was that I stuffed it with scraps from my yarn pantry. But I used yarn scraps from my different projects. There were some from this project, and used them as the stuffing. So special for me because all of the bits of my knitting from the last like 4 or 5 years are in here. But also it's nice to know they're not just being thrown away. I like the idea of getting to reuse them and stuff Ollie Squirrel with them. So it's funny, I made the squirrel and he loves her so much, but he also just throws her around because he's like flying squirrel. He just thinks it's very funny. I didn't think of that until after, but she's tough. She can do it. So anyway, I'm really happy with the squirrel, how she turned out. And Ollie has requested a multicolored. That's kind of his favorite color right now is multicolor. It's definitely blue, but if he can't have blue, he says he wants multicolor. So he requested a multicolor sweater for Hazel the Squirrel. And I found the perfect yarn for it. So thank you, Eunice, for my yarn advent. I know I said I was gonna make socks, which I am gonna make socks, but I'm still working on those. But I think this will be the perfect yarn for Hazel's. Oh no, where is it? I think this will be the perfect yarn for Hazel's sweater, and I have to find it. Okay, I'll put a picture of it, but I showed it to him and he said, oh yes, that is what I want. And so I'm gonna make one of the sweaters from the book and yeah, make it for Hazel. So it was very loved. I was very happy. I feel like I'm riding the high of a lot of finished objects that have worked out. I'm sure there will be more to come that don't work out, but right now it is really good. I have one last finished object. This week I knit my son another hat. This is a design I'm working on, and I'm actually gonna have a test call really soon. So this is a garter hat. I don't think it will fit me, so I'm not gonna try it on. This is a garter hat and it's knit sideways, and I teased a picture on my Instagram, so if you follow me there, you'll see it. It's a hat. I think I said that eventually, but it uses like the short rows to shape it because it's knit sideways, and then it's seamed. So you can kind of see I seamed it right here. You can see on the inside more so right here. And then you fold it up and it just needs a pom-pom. I asked my son if he wanted a pom-pom or not, and he wanted to think about it, and he wants pom-pom. So it kind of sticks up like a little bit above his head. It's very cute, like a little hat. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna put a test call out. The pattern's already been tech edited, but I'm gonna put a test call out maybe this weekend, maybe around the time when this video is published, I guess, since I usually put these out on Saturday mornings. So if you're not on my newsletter, get on there. I don't need very many people for the test because it's just kid sizes and it's just 3 sizes. And it will be pretty quick because this is chunky weight and it's just a really fun, quick knit. I knit it pretty quickly. And it was fun to do the shaping and knit something flat. I just hadn't knit something so simple in a long time, and I really liked it. And I just used the leftover chunky Malabrigo that I had in, this was from his hat this year, this was from Poppy's hat this year, and this one was a new one that he had picked out a few years ago that I just never used. So it was Malabrigo chunky from my local yarn shop and US 10 needles. It knit up very quickly. was very fun to make. So watch your inbox for a test call. Okay, works in progress. I have 3 or 4 to share with you today. I'm just sharing with you ones that I've made progress on. So this is my Tahka Cardigan. This is by Sari Nordlun, and it's a chunky, maybe bulky weight cardigan sweater, knit, flat, and on US maybe 10 or 11. I'm doing 10 and a half. So I think it was called for 10 and I had to go up a needle size. So this is mine. My sister and I are both knitting it, and she has finished the body and it looks so good. I'll ask her for a picture that she doesn't mind sharing. It looks so good. I really wanted, we had the same yarn, we wanted to use it up this year because it's a lot of yarn and it's very chunky weight. It's Cascade Eco Wool plus Merino. She sent it to me, said, do you want to make this year with me? And I said, yeah, of course. So I've just been kind of slowly going along. The progress is quick because the gauge is so large. It's like 12, I guess that's small. The gauge is so small. I don't know, but it's like 12 stitches for 4 inches. So that's crazy, especially after knitting my squirrel. It feels like just a whole different life in these needles. So anyway, I've made a lot of progress. I joined the underarms and now I'm just working on the body. I think I'll probably work on the sleeves before I finish the body just to see how it goes. Sleeve, how long I want it. It seems like it's a little cropped. I'll probably lengthen it if it is cropped because I'm looking for like to my hips, I think is what I'm looking for this cardigan. Also just something warm and cozy and comfy. I don't know that I'm going to finish it before the winter's over. I don't think the winter will be over, but it'll probably be over here. Our winter is very short. It might be over already. I don't know. This is something I have not shared on here, I don't think. And it is my distance scarf. And I believe I'm making the DK version. This is a scarf that I featured in my Tiny Scarf Roundup. And my goal from that video was to eventually, over the years, make all of the tiny scarves that I featured. I cast this one a long time ago, and this is Malabrigo Rios, and the colorway is Ivory. And I am really enjoying the scarf, but here's what I learned from it. What I didn't know when I posted the Tiny Scarf Roundup, because just looking at it, it's absolutely gorgeous. These like faux cables are just mesmerizing and I could look at them all day. But you also have to look at the chart all day, unless you're really good at memorizing charts, but I just am not. So it's not something that I can work on like in the car or watching TV or listening to an audiobook. I have to be so focused on this to knit it. So that is why it's only this long. I think it's supposed to be like triple this length, and I just haven't had the really time focus to make it. And honestly, the other reason that I haven't worked on it is because I was making this as a gift, but I showed it to the recipient just kind of casually and she didn't like it. And you know, it's fine because like I was just like, oh, I'm gonna make this for her. And so that really slowed my progress. I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna work on it for a while because she just didn't really like it, and that's fine. I didn't ask her if she wanted it. So I'm gonna finish it, I think, and maybe it'll be a gift for someone else, or I'll just keep it as a fun, you know, scrap busting project that really worked on my skills. Because this is like a cable chart. I think I just thought it was gonna be like, oh, stitch over, like hold this over, you know, but it's actually a cable chart. So it's very intentionally designed and beautifully designed, but it does take a lot of focus. I think it's so beautiful. This is technically a work in progress because I have not blocked it, but this is the passport jacket. It is in testing right now. Just has a few more weeks left, so be on the lookout for a new design from me in the coming weeks. So this is a heavyweight cardigan in the jacket style, so that's why I call it a passport jacket, because I feel like cardigans are generally a little bit lighter, and when it's this heavy of a yarn, it's more of the jacket, like thinking the Miles jacket, Esther jacket, those kinds of things. There are some differences between this and the pullover version. The passport pullover is the previous pattern I released last year, and this is the sister to it. So it's not the same gauge. It's also knit flat, obviously, and it has a few other differences that make it worth having a separate pattern to me. And all of my patterns, if you're new here, are size 0 to 10 years. So I have 10 sizes, and there's a lot of little sizes for babies, and then there's less sizes as they get older because they grow so quickly in those little years. But I still need to give it a good block, and I need to put the buttons on, and then it'll be a little jacket for my daughter. And yeah, I cannot wait to share the pictures with you because there's some really cute ones, and when I launch this, I'm just excited. Designing these patterns has been something fun to connect with my kids, but now it's also something challenging. The math to try and make everything work out, that is challenging. And then it takes time to have test knitters, to pay a tech editor. I want it to be professional as possible, as much as I can as a stay-at-home mom of 2 little people, and it's been really good. And I'm going to be talking more about my design journey later on this month, but that's just a little peek into what I'm doing and what I'm working on. But this needs to be blocked, and I'll probably pin it down so it's nice and lays nice and flat how I want it to look. And then I'll be sharing more pictures as the month goes on because it's going to be launched soon. Okay, I have some yarn, and then I'll do my giveaway. This is Woolberry Fiber Co. Bethany recently did a sale on her discontinued bases, and they were mystery packs. And I feel like I hit the jackpot. I'm sure the other ones were all beautiful, but this is just so stunning to me. And I don't know. So how this happened was I saw Bethany post about mystery packs. My sister loves mystery packs. She's bought Bethany's before, and I sent it to her. Her birthday's coming up, and I said, if I buy this, would you like this for your birthday? Because I want to get her something she likes. And if I buy it and I think you like it, do you want it? Otherwise, I won't gift it to you. I'll just use it for something else. And she said, I don't know, I'm not sure. And then I bought it, and so I don't know if she actually wants it. She's watching this. I've already sent her pictures of it, so she's not going to be surprised by this. But anyway, when it came, it was pretty delayed because of the weather here, and I was disappointed. Not on Bethany's fault, like at all. It was just the weather here, stuff wasn't running at all. Anyway, it came, and I asked if she wanted a picture, and we talked about it for a while, and then she said yes. So I was gonna split it and give myself half and give her half. So originally I thought I would give her this mohair and fingering weight to make like a shawl or a small scarf or something like that to hold them together. I feel like that would be really beautiful. And then I was thinking, well, unfortunately I don't know what bases these are or the yardage of them. So I'm hoping that this is a fingering weight base and it's like 400 yards. I don't know. And there's 2 of these though. So she could do like a tee, a summer tee or a summer tank with these. So then I thought I'll give her these 2. But then I was thinking if I gave her all 3 of these, it would be like a good colorwork tee or a good striped or contrast hem, that kind of thing. But then I realized this blue is not the same as this blue. This is a different base. I think this is gonna be sport or DK. I'm not familiar enough with Bethany's bases to know what these are. I usually just make 1 purchase a year from her shop, and so I don't really know what they are, but this is definitely a heavier weight than these, so I can't do that anymore. So I'm back to thinking maybe this. I asked her, I think she's leaning towards this as well, to have 2 for a tee, and then maybe if you can see there's a little bit of brown in there, and so using brown as a nice contrast somewhere in the tee, I think that would be cute. Or tank top or summer shawl. I don't know. These are really beautiful. This is just gorgeous. So beautiful. Anyway, I was thinking about keeping this one for myself, maybe to make a hat. I don't wear a lot of blue, but people say that it looks nice on me when I do wear it, and so maybe this year I will wear more blue. I have not gotten my colors done, but I've thought about it. The colors I like, I don't think are the colors that look good on me, and I've always been okay with that and said I just don't really mind. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear because I like it. But I also think like if I found a color that did look really good on me, that could be fun to get more pieces or knit more pieces in that color. So this is my trial with blue. And I think I want to do a hat, maybe a 2x2 ribbed, something classic and simple, but in this color. So anyway, I was very happy with this mystery pack, and I don't totally know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll see. I know I'm going to give half away. I'm going to keep at least one for myself, and maybe I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. You've made it to the giveaway portion of the video. My friend Haley from the Knit Weekend has been doing giveaways in her episodes recently, and they have been good. So I have been inspired as well to do a giveaway. This is a copy of Knit a Little by Marie Greene. This is my copy, but I have one for one of you that I will choose randomly through the comments. And disclaimer, I'm going to close the giveaway 48 hours after this video posts. So if it's after 48 hours, the giveaway will be closed 48 hours, and then I will let you know. All you have to do to enter is leave me a comment about who you would knit for, or you have knit for in your life that's a little one. You guys know that I love knitting for little people. I'm passionate about knitting all the things for all the little ones, and this is a great example of a book that will help you do that. The publisher reached out to me, asked if I wanted a copy, sent me this one, and has one for one of you as well. And this is Marie Greene's knits for big sizes into little sizes. They're unisex, they're seamless, they're size 0 to 10 years. Love that. That is what my goal is as well with my knitting patterns. And so I just loved looking through this book and reading about these things. The little catchphrase on the back says, adorable seamless knits for your favorite little ones. It has a collection of 10 hats and 14 garments. And the hats are for adults as well. And the front are featured as well. I'm thinking about maybe this one. Honestly, I want this one for myself. I guess I could just find that. But just comments, let me know what little person you knit for or who you would knit for if you won this book.